It's Tuesday, November the 9th, and this is your daily devotion. So, how are you adjusting to the time change? Do you like the brighter mornings and the darker evenings? There's usually a lot of opinions about whether we want to stay on daylight saving time or whether we want to, stay on standard time or switch back and forth like we do. I've been recently had the privilege of being in our beautiful Appalachian Mountains in western North Carolina, in and around the Cherokee Reservation. And I am reminded of the Native American commentary on our daylight saving time manipulation. They say only the white man would cut the end off of his blanket and sew it on the other end of his blanket and proclaim that he has a longer blanket. Well, I don't mind daylight saving time. I kind of like being hurried back into my home situation by the darkness coming. That is the natural way of the seasons changing. The thing is, we're not changing time, of course, at all. We aren't making the earth move in a different way around the sun. God gives us days and nights, and we just change our activity within those days and nights on the earth under the sun. And really, the whole idea of time is a human construct. We keep trying to get our calendars right and our hours right, and as a way of sort of ordering our lives. And that's okay. But sometimes, we are aware that time is a great limitation to us, right? In a lot of our scheduling, perhaps, I know I try to schedule myself to be in more than one place at one time sometimes. A lot of our manipulations with time is an attempt to gain control over the limitations that we really can't control. Well, we can't really completely overcome our limitations with time. As Psalm 90 pointed out, I read a while back, and I'll read a portion again in a moment. We're just here for a limited time only, as you might say. But God is not limited by time. God is not entrapped in time. God is beyond time. God just is all the time. God is. It's hard for us to conceive of, but time is not an issue for God. God is past, present, future. God is. And as far as our understanding, Moses, even in his prayer in Psalm 90, says to God, 1,000 years in your sight are like yesterday when it's past, or a watch in the night. Well, the good news is, one day we will not be limited by time either. When we leave our earthbound limitations, we will be with God, and we can do that, be with God in that unlimited life that mysteriously will be ours in the presence of God, because God came to us and entered into our limitations and then made a way through them to eternity. Jesus lived within the limits. and then said, now here is the way to continue life beyond the limits. John 14, do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places, abiding places. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I'll come again and take you to myself, so that where I am, that is beyond the limits, you may be also. And you know the way to the place that I am going. Of course, Thomas, like all of us, said, we don't know where you're going. What are you talking about? How can we know the way? Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So there you go. Not daylight saving time or standard time. Jesus is the way to live beyond the limits. We can't overcome the limits of our earth-bound existence, but we can have life that transcends it, that can start even now, and that will be continued forever. Pretty awesome. Have a great day.